My name is Elijah McFadden, and this is my story. I grew up in a Methodist church, but I never really actively looked for a relationship with God or paid attention to what was being said. As a young kid, I would hear many people say things like, "You won't make it into heaven if you break a commandment," or "You need to be completely perfect to get into heaven." So even though I believed in God, I felt I wouldn't be accepted by Him because of my sins. This led me to give up on learning about the Bible and God as a whole. At this time, I grew up with my mother, my sister, and my stepfather. Although I had many good things like toys, electronics, money, and friends growing up, we all struggled because of my stepfather's addiction to alcohol. This led to constant fighting, a lot of verbal abuse, and even some physical abuse. For a long time, I was a happy and outgoing kid, but because of my struggles, I eventually fell into a major depression. This depression only got worse over the years. I looked for many solutions to these problems in the wrong places. Sadly, I struggled with pornography, which morphed my idea of love and led to sexual sin. At times, I also fell into a habit of using alcohol to try and subdue my sadness. All of this led me to isolate myself from friends who had been a big part of my life and distance myself from God. After many years of struggle, one day I came across a video of a pastor in Connecticut named Cliff Connectley. The way he spoke about God felt like it spoke to me and sparked my curiosity. Not long after seeing the video, I went to my grandma's house to talk to her about my curiosity. Growing up, she always encouraged me to find Jesus. And that day, she gave me the Bible given to her by her mother. For the first time that night, I read the Bible on my own. One message that stuck out to me was the message of love spread through the Gospels and Paul's letters. Specifically, Paul's words in Romans 10 stuck out to me. If you confess Jesus is Lord and believe God raised him from the dead, you will be saved. This was the complete opposite of what I had always believed as a kid. This new understanding changed suddenly, but growing in my faith has been a journey. Now that I have found Christ, I feel like a completely new person. My outlook on life has changed entirely. Rather than feeling hopeless and lost, I'm saved and guided by God's wisdom every day. My heart and feelings are no longer hardened and closed off to the world. Instead, I feel I've learned how to express love and build other people up the way God has for me. God no longer feels like someone I can't ever live up to, but rather a father that guides me and teaches me how to turn away from evil and do good to others. The hatred that I had in my heart for the people who have hurt me in the past is gone, and I'm learning how to forgive the way Jesus has forgiven me. I still have problems, worries, and fears, but instead of relying on myself, I know that I'm filled with the Holy Spirit who gives me the strength to get through anything. I'm nowhere close to perfect, but God is working on me every day. I've now come to know that He's the Father I've always needed.